Nigeria has just scored a major victory in the global war on drugs, intercepting a massive cocaine shipment in Lagos. Authorities arrested the entire crew of a merchant vessel, all Indian nationals, after discovering the illicit cargo. This operation, led by the NDLEA, disrupts a key supply chain used by international cartels and sends a clear message: Nigeria is cracking down. The bust highlights the sophisticated tactics traffickers use and the relentless vigilance required to stop them. Each seizure like this not only disrupts criminal networks but also saves lives by keeping dangerous drugs off the streets. As we dive deeper, we'll explore how this case unfolded and what it means for Nigeria's role in the global fight against narcotics. On January 2nd, NDLEA officers boarded the MV Aruna Hulya in Lagos, acting on targeted intelligence. The ship, flagged from the Marshall Islands, was meticulously searched, revealing 31.5 kilograms of pure cocaine hidden within its structure. This find demonstrates the NDLEA's growing expertise in uncovering even the most cleverly concealed contraband. The vessel's complex route and international crew add layers to the investigation, making it a challenge to trace the drug's true origin. NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi confirmed the bust, emphasizing its significance for public safety. This operation is part of a broader crackdown, with Nigerian authorities ramping up surveillance and inspections at all major ports. Every vessel entering Nigerian waters now faces heightened scrutiny if there's any suspicion of illegal activity. With the cocaine discovered, the atmosphere aboard the MV Aruna Hulya shifted instantly from routine to chaos. The authorities wasted no time, moving quickly to secure the vessel and prevent any possible escape or destruction of evidence. The scale of the bust was staggering, and the crew, who had been going about their daily duties just hours before, suddenly found themselves at the center of a major international drug investigation. All 22 Indian crew members of the MV Aruna Hulya were swiftly detained, their hands bound and faces hidden from the cameras. For many, it was their first encounter with law enforcement, and the shock was evident as they were led away from the ship under heavy guard. Their arrest instantly turned what could have been a routine drug bust into a full-blown international incident, drawing the attention of both Nigerian and Indian governments. The case demanded careful diplomacy, as both countries sought to protect their interests and ensure a fair investigation. Investigators are now working tirelessly to determine who among the crew was complicit in the smuggling operation, and who may have been unwittingly caught up in the plot. Each crew member's background, movements, and communications are being scrutinized for any sign of involvement or innocence. The case highlights the vulnerability of seafarers, who often work far from home and can be exploited or coerced by powerful criminal cartels. Many crew members take these jobs to support their families, never imagining they could become pawns in a global drug trafficking scheme. The legal process will be closely watched by both nations, with the Indian government stepping in to ensure the crew's rights are protected and that due process is followed. Lawyers and diplomats are already working behind the scenes, preparing for what could be a lengthy and complex trial. This high-profile arrest serves as a stark warning to all maritime workers about the risks of involvement, willing or not, in global drug trafficking. It underscores the importance of vigilance, training, and awareness in an industry that is increasingly targeted by organized crime. The outcome of this case could reshape how the shipping industry manages crew security and compliance, prompting new regulations and stricter oversight to prevent similar incidents in the future. For now, the crew's fate hangs in the balance as the investigation unfolds, and the world watches to see how justice will be served in this unprecedented case. Lagos Port is Africa's busiest maritime gateway, a vital artery for global trade, serving as the main entry and exit point for goods not just for Nigeria, but for much of West Africa. Every day, thousands of containers pass through its sprawling terminals, carrying everything from electronics and textiles to food and machinery. The port's strategic location on the Atlantic coast has made it a magnet for international shipping lines, connecting Africa to markets in Europe, the Americas, and Asia. But this immense flow of commerce also makes Lagos a prime target for traffickers, who see opportunity in the port's sheer scale and complexity. The sheer volume of cargo makes it nearly impossible to inspect every shipment, and traffickers exploit this, hiding illicit goods among legitimate trade. Cartels use sophisticated methods to conceal drugs, weapons, and counterfeit products, blending them seamlessly with regular cargo. The cover of night and the constant movement of goods provide even more opportunities for illegal activity to slip through undetected. To counter these threats, Nigerian authorities rely on intelligence gathering, risk profiling, and advanced screening technology to pinpoint threats amid the chaos. Officers are trained to spot suspicious patterns and use data analytics to flag high-risk shipments. South American cartels exploit West African ports like Lagos to reroute cocaine into Europe, bypassing stricter controls elsewhere. These criminal networks adapt quickly, constantly shifting their routes and methods to stay ahead of law enforcement. The city's vast transport network only adds to the challenge, as goods can be moved quickly from the port to destinations across Nigeria and beyond, making it difficult to track suspicious shipments once they leave the docks. All of this makes Lagos a critical waypoint in the global narcotics supply chain, a crossroads where legitimate trade and illicit trafficking intersect. In response, Nigeria has invested in better technology, more officers, and stronger international partnerships, working closely with agencies from Europe and the Americas to share intelligence and coordinate operations. The MV Aruna Hulya bust is proof these efforts are paying off, showing that with vigilance and cooperation, even the most sophisticated trafficking operations can be disrupted. Yet, the battle to secure Lagos is far from over. Traffickers are relentless, always searching for new vulnerabilities to exploit. As long as the port thrives, traffickers will keep trying to exploit it, making vigilance, innovation, and international cooperation more important than ever in the fight to protect this critical hub. Nigeria's geography and bustling ports have made it a major transit hub for global drug trafficking. South American cartels use Nigeria as a gateway, repackaging cocaine for Europe, Africa, and Asia. This role brings serious risks: corruption, rising local drug use, and strain on law enforcement and healthcare. The NDLEA must constantly adapt to traffickers' evolving tactics, from cargo ships to private jets. Recent government investment and high-profile busts show Nigeria's commitment to shedding its reputation as a transit point. Each major seizure disrupts criminal networks and moves Nigeria closer to reclaiming its security. The fight is ongoing, but every victory counts. The Indian crew's arrest isn't an isolated case. Just months earlier, 20 Filipino sailors were detained in Lagos for a similar cocaine bust. Their ship, arriving from Brazil, was found with 20 kilograms of cocaine hidden on board. These back-to-back incidents reveal a pattern. International cartels are systematically using commercial shipping and multinational crews to move drugs through West Africa. The risks for seafarers are real. Many now face serious charges in a foreign land, with their lives and families upended. For the NDLEA, it's a reminder that traffickers will keep trying, undeterred by previous losses. Shipping companies must tighten security, and crews must stay vigilant to avoid being caught in the crossfire. The human cost of the drug trade is as stark as ever. Nigeria isn't fighting this battle alone. International cooperation is key. The NDLEA works closely with agencies like the US DEA and UK NCA, sharing intelligence and resources to target global trafficking networks. Joint investigations have led to massive seizures, including a 1,000-kilogram cocaine bust in Lagos. Partners provide training, technology, and critical intelligence, helping Nigeria intercept suspicious vessels before they reach port. This united front makes it harder for cartels to operate, forcing them to constantly adapt. When Nigeria seizes a shipment, the intel is shared globally, disrupting networks from South America to Europe. The MV Aruna Hulya case is a testament to the power of international partnership. Together, nations are building a stronger, more agile defense against the drug trade. The MV Aruna Hulya seizure is more than just a local win. It's a pivotal moment in the ongoing battle against international drug trafficking. This operation demonstrates the vigilance and determination of authorities to intercept illegal shipments before they reach vulnerable communities. By intercepting this shipment, law enforcement has dealt a significant blow to global trafficking networks, disrupting the flow of narcotics and sending a strong message to criminal organizations that their activities will not go unchecked. Stopping 31.5 kilograms of cocaine from entering the market means thousands of potential users are spared from the devastating grip of addiction, along with the social and economic fallout that often follows. Families are protected, and communities are given a chance to thrive without the shadow of drug abuse. Each high-profile bust like this not only disrupts criminal operations, but also boosts Nigeria's reputation as a serious, reliable partner in international security efforts. It shows the world that Nigeria is committed to upholding the rule of law and collaborating with global partners. For cartels, repeated losses like this are more than just setbacks. They disrupt operations, drain resources, and force costly changes in tactics. The financial impact can be severe, weakening their ability to operate and expand. The case also highlights the complex, interconnected nature of global crime. Trafficking routes span continents, requiring constant adaptation and cooperation among nations to stay ahead of criminal enterprises. Consider the details. A ship registered in the Marshall Islands, crewed by Indian nationals, carrying South American cocaine, intercepted at a Nigerian port, and ultimately destined for European markets. This web of involvement shows how no country is isolated from the threat. Security in one region inevitably affects the safety and stability of others. When one country strengthens its defenses, it helps shield the world from the ripple effects of organized crime. No country can fight this alone. The message is clear. Coordinated action, intelligence sharing, and joint operations are essential to making real progress against transnational crime. Every successful bust, no matter where it happens, makes the world a little safer. It's a reminder that the fight is global, the stakes are high, and every victory counts. The responsibility to combat these threats is shared by all nations, and together, we can build a safer future for everyone. The MV Aruna Hulya bust is a milestone in Nigeria's relentless war on drugs. It shows the NDLEA's growing strength and sends a warning to traffickers. Nigeria is no longer an easy target. But this is just one battle. Cartels will adapt, and the pressure on law enforcement will only grow. Continued success depends on government support, investment in technology, and strong international alliances. The cases of the Indian and Filipino sailors highlight the human toll and the complex legal questions at play. The world is watching as Nigeria pursues justice and reforms its maritime security. The fight for Nigeria's future and its reputation continues, one bust at a time. The war on drugs is far from over, but every victory brings hope.